Hi everyone and welcome to Mallory's World. I'm Mallory. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you can stick around for some more fun. Today I have hat hair because I was wearing a hat. I have on my quartz crystal clear quartz bracelet and some really burnt legs. Let's see, shall we? So here's the funny thing is there's like pale then red. So what ended up happening was I kind of vlogged the other day saying I was going to go to the pool, and I may or may not have shown that. I don't think I ended up filming me going to the pool, but I did. And my goal was to get some vitamin D. The best way to get vitamin D is from the sun. So that's like 10 minutes, no sunscreen, in the sun. And because I can't get my face in the sun, I'm like, oh, my lower legs is fine. And you know, these are the kind of shorts I like to wear, kind of Bermuda style. And everything else was covered. Maybe just a bit of this part of my arm here was in the sun. Had on a hat, sunglasses, everything. Loving the nails. Are matching my shirt. But anyways, so I'm listening to music, I'm reading a book that's over here, which I've talked to y'all and shown y'all this. The CEO of Self-Executive Functioning, Workbook. Now, real quick, one of the things I do at home is I have all these like notepads to make notes to self. Like, and like to-dos of what I need to get accomplished in a week, a day, or yeah, and I feel scatterbrained. And so Joey comes, she's a life skills coach, trying to help me organize my life, help me like become a more independent person. And usually it's like I'm grabbing a scrap piece of paper and a pen, and I'm trying to jot notes down, and she needs to write things down. And so I'm like, I need to be more organized. And I need like a Joey journal where all the stuff she and I work on and the things that we do is in a spot, and I just can bring it downstairs with me when she comes and kind of organize my life a little better. And I was in the Home Goods back home with her, and I almost got something, but I didn't. And it was like a clipboard, but you can open it, and there was like a notepad. So I'm like, oh, that would be great, because anything that's like of importance you would put on top, and so it's like right there to see. And then any notes that you need to take, you know, you could write in the little notepad. And I've been on a hunt, so we went into Home Goods the other night. We needed some things for here, and I was looking, and I found what I was looking for, but it was in a different print, something that wasn't pretty. So then I'm looking around trying to find the perfect like little notepad. Sorry, I'm like peeling the sticker off of it, the price tag. I got most of it off. That should be good for now. But I found me this, and it's in my color. Who's excited? This says, a place for everything and everything in its place. It's my lifesaver journal. So it has quotes to keep me calm, lists to keep me organized, and pockets to keep me tidy. So when you open this bad boy, like it says stuff, you can put stuff in there. And then there's quotes like, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, from Walt Disney. I love that quote. So then, you know, you have like some pages. You're not seeing this, girl, you know, to write stuff. And then you can put more stuff in the pockets. And then to-dos, like for the week, so on and so forth. So this, in conjunction with my notepad thingies, might come in handy. That is exciting. I also got, I don't know if I showed y'all, show you real quick, some stuff. This being one of them. I got a shirt on sale at Nordstrom off the rack. Just a solid color tee in that minty green aqua family. but on the darker side. I feel like I got something else. Oh, I did. You've seen me wear it. It's a nightgown. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I may have attempted this Ted Baker London shirt. Finally took the tags off. I tried it on though. It's a little tight in the arms. Gotta lose some weight. But otherwise it's cute, cute, cute. Then in my shower, I got shampoo and conditioner by Carol's Daughter, the like anti-frizz, and then some Body Shop stuff that smells coconutty, like body scrub, shower cream, some body butter, a little puffa loofy thingy. Is there better lighting in here? So that will help you guys. So I got some stuff. I also got some rose quartz. I already have rose quartz at home, but I'm like, the more the merrier, and some pyrite, which was exciting. But anyways, just kind of wanted to update y'all on things. Yesterday, it was like on and off, like with the sun and the clouds, and we thought it was gonna rain. So, we just drove around really to try to explore some new places and things, and then, tomorrow we're having breakfast with our neighbors downstairs. We just had lunch with our neighbor and friend Barry a little bit ago, and everyone's out by the pool, and I'm gonna go, and my mom's like, did I mention this whole bathing suit thing? Because I think it's like a high of 88 today, and we took a walk this morning on the beach and I got hot. I was like, oh my god. So this way I can just hop in the pool and cool off. But I don't know. See, I want like my arms and legs and maybe my chest area here to get tan, but like my face, I gotta be careful with. Like my forehead gets all splotchy and my upper lip here gets dark, and what is this going on? Up close and beautiful. But here's a little story I wanted to share with y'all. So I don't text much, but I'm like a social media queen. Case in point, my tiara. So basically, I live in New Jersey. I spend a majority of my time there, and I don't have any problems whatsoever with my cell phone and my like wireless carrier, my cellular plan, etc., etc. The only two places I go to a lot, aside from where I live, would be Florida and Utah. And I've been to Utah, or Disney too. Well, Florida's in Disney. Disney's in Florida, haha. So basically, no issues at home. When I go to Utah, I'm not on my phone a whole hell of a lot, because, you know, you're out exploring and climbing mountains and doing fun things, and the cell reception sucks. But when you're on property and in town, you do have cell reception. And so there's Wi-Fi. It's guest Wi-Fi. I don't think a password's needed. It's like specific to like your room number, if you will. So never a problem. Come to Florida, Instagram like crazy. I'm tweeting, I'm doing my thing, and lo and behold, I'm getting all these notifications. Data is about to be used up. My, phone bill is getting jacked because I'm going over my data. Just a lot of, I'm like, what the hell? Like, why always in Florida? And part of me is like, is it a state thing? Is it like roaming charges? Like, clearly I'd be in big ass trouble if I was like in Canada or somewhere out of the US. Trying to figure it all out. Because I'm like, this only happens here. So the last time we were here, I think this might have happened once in Atlanta, Georgia, but I've only been there once, so I don't have to worry. And my mom doesn't plan on going back, even though I want to. And who knows, October's a busy month anyway. But regardless of my tangent. So I'm like, this is an issue. Talk to my mom. Like, this is what I want to do for a living, is social media marketing, and do the YouTube, and do the Twitter, and do the Snapchat, Instagram, Periscope, like do it all. And so sure, I can film stuff, but then what, wait till I get home to like do anything with it? I like instant gratification, and when I have something, like I just have to put it out there. It's like I can't wait. For some reason, I just can't. So I'm like, we need to do something. So I think we like changed my plan so I'd have more like wiggle room, if you will. So everything's fine. You know, the only people that I normally would text would be my parents, my brother, my aunt, and Jason. And when I say my parents, my brother, and my aunt, it's like my mom might text me, are you up? Like, we gotta be at this place at such and such a time. Just like, you know, little informations. Or, oh, I'm at the store, is there anything you need? Or can you see if we ran out of bananas? And then just, you know, little similar things to my dad. Or just like giving a quick update, like, oh, having a fun day at the park, whatever. Just a little. Because where he lives, his cell reception is horrible, so to call him doesn't always really work, so just shoot him a little update, a little quickie message via text. It's fine. My brother sometimes, ooh, my hand's starting to cramp. I'll call him if it's urgent, meaning like I'm in the middle of cooking something and the stove's smoking, what should I do kind of thing. Or if I just have a question in general about, I had a question in regards to like online dating. Right, we'll use that example, and it wasn't like an urgent emergency, so, and I didn't know if he was available to talk on the phone, so, you know, you just shoot someone a text saying, I have a question, He was a little confused, so what I was trying to get at, so he called me and we worked it out. And then Jason occasionally will text me like, hey, what's up, how is it going, can we hang out? Very little, little. And or just like, you know, I keep picking at this scab as a way of being like, oh, I'm here, let me in, or like, oh, I'll see you in 5. Like, it's just as an add need to know basis kind of thing, nothing like crazy. So then that's really it, because normally anybody else like Dan, Adam, Jesse, occasionally I'll get a text from like Jesse, like, did you hear so-and-so died? Usually a celebrity, or pray for a family member, or nanny's back in the hospital kind of thing. But never like Mondo texter. And so then my friend Steven, it's funny, his parents live like downstairs. And so we met in person before we became Facebook friends, and that's how it was with Dan. So we spent a lot of our time communicating when I was back home via Facebook Messenger, but then, you know, we did swap phone numbers, and then we just ended up texting each other. But then, like, gaps would go by where we wouldn't talk, and then we'd, like, catch up, do one of those, like, oh, long time no see kind of things, and then big gap. So I might have touched on this, but right around the time, so this is probably somewhere in December, January, when things were really going downhill with my grandpa, he just out of the blue, one of those reach out to you moments, and we haven't stopped texting since. Literally like 24/7. I would say 365, but it hasn't been a year yet. It's like all day, every day, into the night, like craziness. I guess he has trouble sleeping too. Sometimes I'm like, oh, he must have passed out, and then he'll pop up. I'm like, oh. But he obviously knows I don't sleep. I think the whole world at this point knows I don't sleep. And so it's funny because I'm down here and I'm getting these messages, texts, and emails. I'm sure my dad was getting them too, being like, alert, thanks for using Verizon, you're almost going over, here's your billing cycle, it starts up again on this date, So I was kind of like dismissing it, but I'm like, whoa, like, so then I'm thinking, what am I doing differently? Because I thought I fixed my phone plan so I wouldn't have this problem. I said, aha, Steven, it's the texting. So then I'm like worrying about like, do I have unlimited? Like, I'm worried about all this stuff. And I'm like, I need to go to Verizon to like ASAP because I can't not text them. And so I had to tell them like, listen, we gotta cool for a little while, or let's just talk on Facebook Messenger. Like, it's so much easier that way. Well, no, not really for us, but less of a problem with the phone bill and all that intricacies. So, and still, I'm still very baffled. I'm like, why does this only ever happen to me in Florida? So, the genius that he is, last night, I don't know if you'd call himself that, maybe, but I am. He asked me if I was hooked to the Wi-Fi, and I was like, no, like whenever I come down here, I never hook my phone up to Wi-Fi. My tablet, nothing. I might need it for my laptop, but even then, I have trouble. And my mom has one of those portable like, little hotspot things so she can work from anywhere, because she has to drag me to a lot of stuff. So while she's waiting for me to do whatever, she can still like work, which is good. Or a lot of mornings she gets up and goes over to the community center and uses their computers, because Wi-Fi is there and it works. So I was like, no. And then he said something to me that never dawned on me and made me feel like an idiot. He's like, oh, well, if you're not, y'all might know this or not, but if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, it eats up your data. So I'm like, ooh, the big old light bulb went off on my head, and I'm like, well, thank you. You just solved this mystery. And every time I come down here, I'm like, why? It's like, you know, so frustrating. And so then he's like, yeah, and I'm like, now I know. Because I'm like, the minute I'm home and in my house, I'm immediately connected, you know? But down here, it keeps saying, oh, connect to whatever. Obviously, it'd be our Wi-Fi for this condo. Everyone else has theirs locked, so maybe it's even telling me, like, use my parents. Here's what it is. I'm like, I'm not being shady with your parents. So, he's like, yeah, look at the back of your router. Like, he's like explaining everything to me. And I was like, well, I know at one point, because I'm like, oh, the renters changed the password, and then we had some issues, and at this point, it's not even like midnight yet, but my mom had fallen asleep, and I'm assuming my dad was, so I'm trying to be quiet, and I'm like using my phone as a flashlight, and looking, to try to figure it all out, and I just couldn't thank him enough. So this morning, I was like, I told my mom, I'm like, real quick, because like we were in a hurry to go out for breakfast, because we had someone coming to clean up in this place, because it was disgusting. Whole nother story. But I'm like, oh, Steven like solved everything, like he's a genius, like, oh my god, thank you, Steven. And then she's like, oh, well then in that case, can you hook my phone up? Which I still have to do, by the way, because she's not getting her emails on her phone, and she's like looking for one, and she's like, oh, you should let your father know for like his computer. And so she's like, oh yeah, I have the password. And she's like, here, type this in, and I did, and it worked. So I'm like, phew, because now Steven's like, oh, whenever in the condo, we can like still text, and you're not using your data. So I'm being a little more careful, like if I'm sending him like a picture or a video of something, of the beautifulness, like the Gulf of Mexico, palm trees and whatnot. I'm sending it to him through Facebook Messenger if I'm out and about in public, but in the condo here, I can send him whatever I want, links to stuff, regular old texting. We can resume business as usual for us, which is like a relief. And then my dad was like, fix this problem, and like, you know, because you do get charged when you go over. And I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta work a little bit, get my grandma to pay me some money, help her out, pay my dad back, because I feel really bad. I'm like, but then I told him it's fixed. Yay! So now I know every time I come back down here to make sure we log on to the Wi-Fi, and then I won't have this problem. So the next thing I need to do is pick out a bathing suit. Wait, it's burped. And head on down to the pool, put on some sunscreen, and anything else I gotta do? I don't know. I've waited so long to get down to the pool that I don't even know if I want to put a bathing suit on. And although it is hot out, and it's almost 4 o'clock if it isn't already, and at some point my mom's gonna get cleaned up to go to church, and then I might want to go with her because we're doing breakfast tomorrow. So, at least my parents are. If I get my ass up and I'm invited, I'll go. Otherwise, just the adults will have breakfast. And yeah, that's my story. This is really long, but I'm like, yay, Steven! You solved my problems, my telephone problems. Anyway, thank you guys for being here, if you still are. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave those down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to check the description box to find my social media links. I'm pretty much everywhere. Come say hey. Don't forget to like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and if you feel like sharing it, by all means, feel free. Thank you guys so much for being here and for watching, and as always, till next time, keep it quirky.